It is time for the main event that all the world, and particular India, has been waiting for. The brooding, bearded, bald figure of the challenger Arjan has a chance to make history tonight, to become not only India's first ever mixed martial arts world champion, but India's first ever heavyweight combat sports world champion. It's never been done before, but Arjan is confident that he can be the man to do it tonight. He says he finishes the champion, Brandon Vera. The intensity this man has brought in his preparation, in his media interviews and engagements all week around the hotel, around Singapore, has been insane. And look at the eyes, the laser-like focus of Arjan, the big gold mace over the shoulder. Walked past backstage earlier on, you could hear him grunting, pounding in his change room. He has never been more ready than he is tonight, Arjan, and he needs to be ready because he is taking on a man who has been untouchable and run through everyone in the heavyweight division in Brandon Vera. The thumping music, the thumping footsteps of the Indian wrestling megastar.
Representing India, the challenger, Arjan Singh.
To all of our fans watching on Star in India, this is the man they are hoping will bring home the gold. And 34-year-old Arjan, fighting out of Punjab, India, become India's first ever world champion. Will history be made tonight by the Commonwealth Games wrestling gold medalist, Arjan? Stomps his way to the circle, a man with mean intentions.
Arjan brings a huge wrestling pedigree with him inside the circle. We've seen Arjan really put together a lot of fancy handwork, showcasing good head movement, aggressive forward pressure. Here, what he showed against Cirilli was aggressive stand-up routine. He likes the dirty box, likes to work his way into the clinch, control the head, throw lots of uppercuts. He's incredibly fast. He's got good movement for a heavyweight, and he also packs a punch. He does his best work inside the clinch, but I would expect that he's going to try to bring something different to the table here tonight. I don't think he's going to want to stand and bang with the truth, Michael.
Rich friend, when you talk about Arjan, you talk about pure intensity.
Absolutely. One of the things I love about Arjan here is that he has a gas tank as well. We saw him working his hands against Cirilli there, but he did that for 15 minutes with those combinations. He didn't attempt very many takedowns. His best route to victory against Brandon Vera is looking to take him into deep waters, because it's been a while since Brandon's been there, so I would be looking to test that gas tank.
The final preparations for Arjan. He is ready, and certainly India is ready for their first ever world champion. Is this the man to finally do it for India? And he takes on a tremendous heavyweight, a heavyweight who has been absolutely unstoppable in the division, the Philippines, Brandon Vera. It's a lead hook, swinging. Oh, he gets caught!
With all these monsters that one championship is signed, it's definitely lit a fire under my ass. I am getting faster, stronger. I am looking forward to fighting each and every individual. They're all hoping that I retire and that I just go away and give the belt back to the division. Definitely works out. That's going to be mine until I decide it's my time to go. That belt is coming home with me. The rightful and true, the heavyweight champion. That's who I am.
It is somewhere that Brandon Vera has been many times before. The world's heavyweight champion about to make the walk along the hallway of champions. The focus on Vera. Are we going to see a new Brandon Vera? After losing in his light heavyweight title quest against Arjan Singh, he went to Florida. He now trains the former world's champion Arjan Singh and Martin Ewing, with trainer Henry Hood and the team out of Sanford MMA. He says he's more powerful, more aggressive, he's faster, and he is coming to clean out the entire heavyweight division. 2021, the year of the heavyweights, it won. We've absolutely stacked the roster. And Vera says they'll be like bowling pins. I'll strike them all out. It begins with Arjan tonight. Can Vera finish the Indian wrestling star quickly, as he has done to so many?
Representing the Philippines, the one heavyweight world champion, Brandon the Truth Vera.
Brandon Vera staring at Arjan in the circle. What an entrance here from Vera. How dominant he has been as the heavyweight world champion here at ONE. Mitch, what do we expect from Brandon Vera, who is reinventing himself at Sanford MMA alongside his training partner, former world champion Arjan Singh?
Yeah, Michael, you said dominant, but that doesn't even begin to describe Brandon Vera. He is the first and only heavyweight champion one championship has ever known, and it's because of this. It's some smooth counter-striking. 4 men have tried, 4 men have gone to sleep. He will start you if you enter his range. He will put you down. He says he's not typically a counter-striker. He likes to be aggressive, but these big heavyweights keep running at him. And I talked to him about his smooth counter-striking style and how would it fit with the style over there at Sanford MMA. And he says, you know what, Mitch? I started this game, Dutch kickboxing. His first coach was the great Rob Kaman, Michael.
Oh, that I did not know. The
Way
Rob
back,
Kaman was his first coach.
way back in the day. So he says he was born and bred to do Dutch-style kickboxing. So they fit together like a puzzle piece. He was the missing puzzle piece, and Sanford MMA fit right into it. Look at that, 75% finishing rate, but he's got a 100% finishing rate here inside ONE Championship. It's time for the truth to let you know, Rich Franklin.
It is going to be extraordinary here. The truth to take on Big Bad Bulla. It is our main event for the Heavyweight World Championship. It is the Philippines versus India, freestyle versus Kushti. Let's go to Tom Lau for our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. 5 rounds of 5 minutes for the ONE Heavyweight World Championship. Our 3 judges scoring this bout at circle side are Thomas Kenberg of Sweden, Rosemary Mississippi of the Philippines, and Baron de Silva of Singapore. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he stands 185 centimeters tall, holding a mixed martial arts record of 10 wins and only 1 loss. Training out of the American Kickboxing Academy, representing India. Stepping into action is Arjan Singh. His opponent out of the red corner. He stands at 191 centimeters tall, holding a mixed martial arts record of 16 wins and 8 losses. Training out of Alliance Training presenting the Philippines. Get ready for the reigning and defending one heavyweight world champion, Brendan the Truth Vera. And when the action begins, referee in charge, Mr. Justin Brown.
Happy, sir. Gentlemen, you both know the rules. I expect a clean match. Obey my commands at all times. Defend yourselves at all times. Do not strike the back of the head or the spine. Let's watch the low blows. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Back up.
What a stare down between these two men. They could beat a styue in a staring contest. Watch the striking of Brandon Vera, particularly the fadeaway left hook. And watch the wrestling of the Kushti stylist, a traditional form of Indian wrestling. 3,000 years old.
Round one. Let's go.
What happens if Arjan Bulla puts Brandon Vera on his back? And let's see if Vera can hit the jaw of Bulla. Inside leg kick, fast start here from the champion.
So this is that moment of truth, Michael, where we see if Arjan is actually going to work those takedowns we talked about, or try to put fists in Brandon's face.
Buller said he wants to keep this forward pressure on. He does not want to give Brandon Vera the chance to start coming forward. So he's going to keep that forward pressure until Brandon Vera breaks.
Brandon switching to southpaw here, open in southpaw stance at the moment. Nice inside leg kick out of southpaw, back to orthodox now, southpaw again for Brandon. The champion has finished everyone at heavyweight. Good low check there from Bulla. Double left hand from Bulla. Orthodox stance now from him, also from the champion. Long reaching jab from Vera.
Buller's doing a great job here with his head movement and moving around. He's backing Brandon up. He's not getting overly anxious, over pursuing, which Brandon oftentimes depends on for those counter strikes that he lands.
And Arjan Bulla becomes India's first ever world champion.
Yeah, Rich, Buller's also got really good parrying tactics. He's doing a good job of defending with his guard and not taking a lot of these shots straight on, which a lot of people have done. And Buller landed a nice little right hand right there.
Henry Hook calling for the jab. Wants the left cross for company. Here constantly switching stance in this opening round. Good jab.
I think this is the most static I've ever seen Brandon. He's typically moving his feet, and this time he's planted without hardly any footwork. I'm not sure if this is a strategic decision or if he's making a mistake here.
Typically, we see a lot of lateral movement from Vera. He's always moving backwards. He circles around the wall, utilizes the entire space very well. But you can see how Buller turns and cuts off that circle. He's not allowing Brandon to utilize a lot of that movement as Buller again comes over with that right hand.
Brandon's going to be careful not to drop that left glove. Buller trying to thread the overhand right. He's come close twice now. Catches the jab as Buller.
See how both these guys are switch hitting. They're both changing stances just to give each other a different look. And they're also very effective off of both stances.
Jab to overhand right again. Going for the headache maker there, Arjan Bulla. Goes back to southpaw stance. Jab from Vera.
Buller's doing a great job with these little micro movements with his feet. Feint there with the jab. Throws Brandon on his footwork.
First takedown was successful as he turned the corner on the single leg. There's high-level jiu-jitsu here.
We haven't often seen it, Mitch, in one championship from Brandon Vera because most of his fights end on the feet.
Exactly, and they also end around this time, too. They rarely go past the first round, and Buller's doing a good job right now of controlling the half, not really trying to pass. You can see Vera is trying to attack the left arm of Buller. He might be looking for a kimura on that side and possibly using it for a sweep, but Buller's really heavy here in the half guard.
Yeah, Buller's staying heavy to keep that left arm of his protected because Brandon has that lockdown on that arm. arm. So Bowler's doing a good job of like wrapping out into his waist, because if he tries to move, he's going to pick that waist up inevitably just for movement purposes, and that's going to open that hole for Brandon to be able to pull that arm out.
Let's go, work the finish.
1 minute remaining, first round set for 5 in our World Heavyweight title main event here at One Championship Dangal. On the edge of their seats in the Philippines for Brandon Vera. On the edge of their seats in India on Star for Arjan Bula. And certainly so much interest right around the world.
Let's go, work the finish.
Especially to see if Arjan Bula can not only become the first man to beat Vera at heavyweight here, but the first man to become a world champion from India.
Kind of a stalemate right now. The referee might stand him back. We only got about 25 seconds though. You can see Vera's trying to create some movement, trying to create some pride, but it's hard to move Bowler. Look how heavy he is in the half guard.
Rich, is there any scoring going on here?
No, I mean, Bowler landed the scoring on the takedown. There hasn't been much done since
10
then.
seconds, work the
Brandon's
finish.
looking for the submission hold, but he hasn't been able to isolate enough to really create any kind of danger for Bowler. So this really is a stalemate position.
Some heel kicks to the hamstring to end the round for Brandon Vera and Arjan Bula. Folks, let us know your thoughts on social media at One Championship across all your social media platforms.
Interesting first round. We saw Brandon with a successful leg kick there as Bula was coming forward. Good defensive strategy on the feet from Bula, but then this was the biggest moment of that first stanza. He was able to turn the corner, put Brandon Vera down. Brandon immediately went after the Kimura. Bula settled into the half guard, flattened him out, and was able to ride out the rest of those 5 minutes.
Look at both men in their respective quarters. Second round of 5. Rich, your thoughts after the opening 5 minutes?
I'll tell you what, I'm razor edging this one out to Bowler. He landed the takedown. He was able to control the footwork up top. Landed quite a few of those, a couple of those right hands and coming in. It just looked like he dictated the pace in the first round. So again, this is a very marginal lead.
Well, we're going nuts right now in India, watching on Star after hearing that Rich Franklin has Bula doing very well in the first 5 minutes. Maybe slightly ahead, but do not forget we do score as an overall contest, not individually round by round. Jabbed on big leg kick there from Brandon.
You can see how Bula reacted on that one. He immediately tried to reach down and deflect that, possibly reaching for the leg kick so he could run the pipe and look for a takedown. But Brandon Vera throws heat when those starts landing those leg kicks.
You sense the mercury may be rising from Brandon Vera. He does have 12 finishes in 16 wins, Vera. 3 finishes in 10 wins for Arjan Bula. Jab has been tight tonight from Brandon Vera. Very fast, and again, coming from the waist. There's the overhand left from Vera. Don't forget, folks. Oh, right hand there from Bula, stunned him. A beauty there from the Indian. Left hand, Vera's hurt. The uppercut from Bula. And Vera trying to create some space and get away. 2 great punches from Arjan Bula.
Yeah, Vera's got to land something significant. It's really hard to get a read on Bula because his head is never in the same spot. He's utilizing a lot of feints, and he found his moment, came right across with that right hand and wobbled Vera.
And you know those feints he's using a lot of feints, going down, looking like he's going to do a knee pick as well with those shots. And so now he's got Brandon guessing.
He's got those level changes, and it's really hard to get a read. Brandon's got to change things up because he's wobbled a little bit. That right hand keeps touching Brandon.
Overhand right, the headache maker, the cranium cracker from Bula. Good stiff jab to the schnoz. Nicely done from Arjan Bula.
Brandon now is only throwing punches, single punches at a time. He's not putting any kind of combination together. I think he's gotten to the point where Bowler's got him guessing so much that he's rarely picking up his feet like that for kicks.
Overhand right. Outside leg kick from Vera. I believe the corner of Bula was saying he's ready to go. They believe a couple of more clean punches on Vera could do the trick. You can never write off the heavyweight champion, though. What a dominant champion Vera's been. As Mitch said, the only heavyweight champion in one history. Body shot. Beautifully done. Tried to fold him in half like origami. Jabs for the right hand. There's the right now. And he takes down Vera again. Vera dropped to his knees, Rich.
Yeah, he's right now. This is, once you have Buller on top of you like this, this is control. You see how heavy his hips were before when Brandon had him in that Kimura lock, and this is going to be a tough position for Brandon to get out of.
Have a look at Arjan Buller raining down punishment on Brandon Vera. India will be going into a meltdown right now. He's on his way to capturing the world title to become India's first ever world champion. But Brandon Vera's still here, Mitch.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of not taking a lot of these shots. He's utilizing that veteran experience, covering up really well, and not taking a lot of damage right now. You can see he's trying to stand up. Buller's very heavy. Buller's picking his shots carefully, not to gas out. He's got about 75 seconds here to really put it on it because the momentum is definitely turning in Buller's favor.
Buller trying to manhandle, trying to bully and roughhouse Brandon Vera. Vera on his knees again. And he curled the Punjab punches into the side of the head. Yes, there they are. Hand for Punjab India. Trying to rain down the hairs on Vera.
Yeah, Brandon needs to either turn into him, quit exposing his back like this, so he needs to either turn into him, or he needs to get up off his knees and onto his feet.
He calls it. It's an Indian world champion. It's an Indian world champion. And his name is Arjan Buller. Can you believe it? India has a world champion. India has a heavyweight world champion. Arjan Buller has done it.
Wow. Arjan Buller just shook up the heavyweight division. We've got a new king of the heavyweights. He was looking good on the feet, finding a home with the right hand, went to the body, and then got things to the ground, did some damage, and was just too much.
Rich Franklin, India has arrived. Indian martial arts finally has a world champion.
Yes, absolutely. Heavyweight champ right here you guys are looking at, and I'll tell you what, he came into this match with the best game plan you could possibly have against Brandon Vera. He was able to freeze Brandon Vera's feet in the first round. Brandon wasn't teeing off like he normally does, and then he got him guessing. When Brandon thought he was going to shoot, he would land overhand rights like that. All those feints that Mitch was talking about before, feints with the jab, feints with the knee picks where he would pretend like he was going to go down and take him down, and then he would just follow up with right hands and wobbling Brandon like this. This was a systematic dismantling.
What a way to cap off one championship Dangal. The age of India is upon us here at one championship, and it's being led by the big, bold, and powerful Arjan Buller, who just roughhoused Brandon Vera and finished the now former champion in 2 rounds. My word. Let's go to Tom Lau to make it all official.
This match is presented to you by Holcim. Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Justin Brown, has called a stop to this contest after 4 minutes and 27 seconds in the 2nd round. For your winner, by way of technical knockout, and new heavyweight world champion, Arjan Buller.
It's an Indian world mixed martial arts